All right, let's get to our Delta Dental coaches' comments brought to you by Delta Dental of New Mexico. We welcome in Lobo Associate Head Coach Chris Harriman. And Coach Harriman, what we said before the game today was that what we hoped we'd see from New Mexico was that they would come out with the fight, with the energy, with the willingness to do whatever it took today. And regardless of who had the bigger number on the board at the end of the night, if that was delivered for 40 minutes, that would be a great sign for the rest of this conference season. And we saw that. And look what the Lobos got, a 13-point road win.
Yeah, it was a huge win for us. Obviously, it's been a tumultuous couple of weeks. We've actually, for the most part, I guess instead of the UNLV game and partly at Utah State, we've played really good basketball. But we've had some tough things not go our way. I think we've had some guys that had a little bit of confidence rattled. But I tell you what, to come in here today at a tough place and a team is playing really well and to compete the way we did and to fight, I'm just so proud of our guys. I really am. It was a hell of a win.
Well, you guys did. You did exactly what you said you had to do. You had to rebound. You beat them by 10, and then you had to play defense, and you guys did that. So those two things you can control, and you guys were able to take care of business. Offensively, it looked like you got a lot of production from the bench.
Good ball movement, and I thought our guys did a really nice job of just making the right play.
Yeah.
And at times we've been a little bit. Not that guys are selfish, but I think we've been a little bit, playing on the one side of the floor and not moving the ball as well. But obviously, from a defensive standpoint, you're exactly right. That's a team they're not easy to guard. They'll spread you out. They drive. They got multiple guys that can make threes. So for us to come in here and really play the way we did and do a good job, we fouled too much. I was a little disappointed in how much we fouled, especially late in the second half instead of moving our feet. But all in all, really rebounded the ball well and just a hell of a win for us, for our program.
Yeah. What I was so excited to see, Chris, early in the game is guys, when they got their opportunities at offense, there was no hesitation. Open shots, guys were taking them and making them. And we've talked about looking to see those guys, when they get their chances, be aggressive, whether it be the role players who start or the guys coming off the bench.
No question, Rob. Coach has been preaching confidence with these guys, and you and I both know you get confidence from seeing the ball go in the hoop.
Yeah.
And that happened early, and I just thought our guys really did a nice job of trying to attack, stay aggressive, not be too concerned in terms of if you make or miss, but just trying to make the right plays. So thrilled with the win, really am.
Yeah, the first half, Tim wasn't really productive offensively. He had 4 points, but you guys found ways to score with the other guys off the bench, Damian Jefferson and Firstinger, and guys who came in and contributed offensively was amazing. And I thought that's just, you could see the maturity in the team.
Right.
Because before, typically guys wouldn't step up, and especially like Dane Kuiper in the first half, he was aggressive, looking for a shot, especially taking it to the rim. Those are the type of things that you guys needed to be successful.
No question. Tim's a hard guy to hold down for 40 minutes. He's gonna get his buckets. You might hold him for 20, you might hold him for 25, but ultimately he's too good. Yeah. And he's gonna find a way to score. But like you said, for us to have multiple guys step up, we really need that. We can't become too reliant on 2 guys, and at times this year we have, by no fault of anybody. They're really good, so we defer to them at times. So. It's good to see guys. When you got, it's hard. We've got a lot of guys out right now. Valuable guys.
Right.
X is a valuable guy.
Yeah.
Connor's a valuable guy, and Jordan's been kind of in and out with the lineup with his ankle. So just to start to get back in a little bit of a rhythm with these guys and having multiple guys make plays is fun to watch.
And Elijah Brown, I thought early showed a focus and a tenacity. And the other piece that I love is when they start to talk at him a little bit, it just seems to make him, laser in and lock in even more. And he was on point from the word go. And he just filled the stat sheet today.
Yeah.
He did everything. And the thing we talked about, Harry, he struggled turning the ball over in league play.
Sure.
But today, 7 assists, 4 turnovers. He flipped that script here.
That's
today.
really big for him. He plays too fast at times, and he's an excitable kid. He wants to make the right plays. He really does. He likes to take it on upon himself, and at times, as you both know, he just gets too sped up. And I thought he played a mature game. He played a really good basketball game, and that's what we're preaching with him. And, guys, like I said, it's been a tough week, tough 2 weeks. And to come in here to a place like we did today and to really battle, and to compete the way our guys did. I gave Coach a lot of credit. He really did a good job with these guys in practice, trying to stay positive, trying to get them to rally. And there's no better place than winning on the road, and especially places like this in a hostile environment. So we needed this one desperately, and I'm glad we got it.
Coach, I think defense was the key. How did you guys get the guys to play defense with that energy and that intensity? I mean, we saw it against Nevada for 37 minutes, and we saw a little bit of it against UNLV, and then kind of the energy. I thought UNLV had more energy, but this afternoon, the guys just brought the energy.
I'd like to tell you that there's 15 different schematic things we did well, and how smart I am for stopping them.
Right?
It's all about me.
It's all about you.
By the way, I got my first ever ejection today, and I'm pretty proud of myself. I did nothing and got ejected.
You and Wrench both?
Yeah, we went out to stop the fight, and assistants can't do that.
Yeah.
But ideally, I'd rather us get ejected than the players. We can't do nearly much. But no, to answer your question, I just think our guys play with a lot of energy, a lot of effort, and they stay disciplined. And at times we've been a little bit undisciplined in terms of just trying to get out of our philosophy. And we had a tough 2 days in practice. We really got after them. We challenged them, and they really accepted that challenge today.
And it wasn't so much on the ball, but that help side.
Help side was
defense.
great.
Oh, it was
help
awesome.
side was great. I've really been proud of O the last 2 games. He's really been a force inside, affecting shots. He's done a nice job of trying to make guys have to make other plays. Like I said, we fouled too much.
Yeah. I think that was what happened on the ball.
On the ball, no question, on the ball. But in terms of, like you said, being in the right gaps, moving our feet, and transition defense was excellent today. So
there was also some good on-ball defense by your bigs. There were 5 first-half blocks.
Right.
I mean, when they got position, you guys stood your ground, and it wasn't just, it was spread around across the board.
Yeah, we walked up to Tim Williams. Coach Wrencher had the scout. We walked up to Tim Williams 2 days ago and said, you tell us who you want us to put you on, because obviously you can't guard anybody. So what do you want us to do, messing around with him? And he said, Coach, give me the challenge. So it's fun to see him, really buy into it. He's a great kid. He's trying. He plays a lot of minutes, and at times he probably plays a little bit tired, but he's a fighter, and our bigs did a good job. Joe, like you said, I thought Joe's play at the end was not anything that he was trying to hurt anybody. Right. I don't think he was trying to do that. We've lost games, and we've lost games late, and every possession's important. And I think Joe was just trying to make a physical play, trying to do the right thing. He's not a malicious kid. He wasn't trying to do anything and hurt anybody. But it's a game where there's a lot of emotion in it. And, I don't think he tried to do anything wrong.
Coach, I'm looking at the stats. There's really one stat, talking about your bigs, that stood out. Amagbo had 0 offensive boards.
Right.
That's huge, because
right.
this guy's leading the conference with almost 11 boards a game. And last year he had 8 offensive rebounds against the Lobos. And this afternoon,
huge.
0.
That was one of our biggest keys,
Yeah.
and we showed offensive rebounds not only from him this year against other teams, but from him against us last year.
Yes.
He really did a nice job here last year of really hurting us on the offensive glass. So that was big for us to do a good job. I give Tim a lot of credit. Joe did really well. We rebound down. Guys moved their feet. So that was a massive key for us, and I thought our guys did a good job.
Looked to me like you turned him almost into a perimeter player today. Like
You
he
have
was
to.
happier standing out on the wing and
You have
facing
to.
up to the basket.
Right.
It was really impressive.
Right, you have to. And he may make 1 or 2. Sometimes you got to live with the numbers. The numbers don't always work out. You can tell you guys we're going to live by the percentages. Exactly. But sometimes those things just don't work out, and that's the game of basketball. If you do things the right way, over the course of time, things are going to work out in your favor. And I thought our guys did things the right way. We did a good job to take away their easy threes, make them put the ball on the floor. But with him, we tried to make him a little bit more of a perimeter player, and that was to our advantage today.
On the subject of the threes, they did make 3 early ones, very early.
Yeah.
And both teams were kind of scoring a little bit early. And there had to be a moment where, okay, this is not happening again, right? And,
right.
One of the guards hit 2 of them. One of the bigs stepped out and made 1.
Yep.
And then you did. You
Right.
locked down on the threes. What was the difference about the contest?
I just think
tonight?
urgency. A lot of it's just urgency. I'd like to tell you that we tried to do 3 different things. We really didn't. We just told them, you got to break their rhythm. Against good shooters are going to make shots, but you have to try and break their rhythm and make them make difficult shots. We wanted to make tough 2s. That was our goal, and I thought we did that for the most part. At halftime, I thought we'd done a really good job, and so they'd made 5. And we need to limit that to probably 2 to 3 a half, at the most. But just urgency, Rob. That was the biggest thing, is trying to break their rhythm not give them any easy threes in transition and off dribble penetration.
Well, I think that in the end, against a team that shoots it well, 7 of them, 7 makes, and 31.8%.
Right.
You're good with that, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'm happy with that.
All right.
Congratulations,
Thanks,
Coach.
fellas. I appreciate
Harry,
it. Thanks for all the
fantastic
support.
win.
Thanks for all the support. Got to go get ready for Boise.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Huge win for the Lobos. There he is, Associate Head Coach Chris Harriman. Our Delta Dental Coaches Comments brought to you by Delta Dental of New Mexico. Almost 400,000 New Mexicans covered by Delta Dental plans. For more info, log on to deltadentalnm.com. We got to get to a break. Post-game show continues after this. Lobos win 84-71 at CSU. Lobo basketball from Learfield. All right, time for our State Farm Insurance combination of the game. You know, when you have the right combination, great things happen like this. Jefferson on the right wing with 19 on the timer. Left corner now to Aguac. Aguac bounces left baseline to Joe. Firstinger rises, right hand. Layup is good. And one chance as he finishes. Opportunity for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Like Jefferson to Aguac. And Aguac could have taken that baseline jumper, but instead he found his teammate Joe Firstinger, fed him down low with a bounce pass. Firstinger goes up strong and one opportunity.
Yeah, terrific finish. Nice find. Hero Aguac to Joe Firstinger. Your State Farm Insurance combination of the game presented by State Farm. Talk to an agent about combining your home and auto into a plan that's right for you. Here to help life go right. State Farm. That just points out the contributions of the Lobos bench today, that our combo of the game is 2 guys off the bench delivering in the clutch there for New Mexico.
Yeah, no, the bench was huge this afternoon. I mean, it's and not just on the offensive end, defense. I mean, that's why Omagwu wasn't able to get offensive boards. Guys were putting bodies on them and keeping them out of the painted area.
Lobos take down the Rams. The final score 84-71. You're tuned to the Lobo basketball post-game show. Time for our P&M Reliable Player of the Game. You know, there were multiple people who were critical to a Lobo victory here today, but for what he did in a terrific first half to give the Lobos a 10-point advantage at the break, and for what he did all-court play today, not just the game-high score, but his team's leading rebounder, his team's leading assist man, and his team's emotional leader here this afternoon. Your P&M Reliable Player of the Game is Elijah Brown. EB catches on the inbound, crossover dribble, 3-ball off the screen from, and Elijah books another. He has 18. 18 at that point for EB, finished with a game-high 25, 6 for 12 field, 4 for 6 distance, 9 of 11 at the foul line, 9 boards all defensive, 7 assists, a block, and a steal. Elijah Brown is your P&M Reliable Player of the Game. EB was fantastic today, Hunter.
Yeah, he was. For the most part, he played within himself. You know, I thought at times, and later in the game, he kind of made some, again, trying to force the issue, maybe some turnovers that really didn't have to make. Great. I mean, look, he's a stat stuffer. He's got 25 points, 9 boards, 7 assists. But I think this afternoon the credit is to the bench and to the bigs who kept their guy Omagwu out of the painted area. He had 7 boards but 0 offensive boards, and so those are really, I thought those were critical. But again, Elijah, if he can get back on this pace and be consistent, that's what they're going to need, especially on the road.
And defend the 3.
Yeah.
Keep them off the offensive glass. Defend the 3. They made 2 threes in the second half. They were 2 of 7 where the Rams, the Lobos, win 84-71. Very well said. The Subway sub of the game today, 2 of them. They are Damian Jefferson and Joe Firstinger. Jefferson, 10 points off the bench to lead the Lobos in bench points. 3 of 4 field, 1 of 1 distance, 3 of 4 free throw line. Jefferson had a rebound and 10 points in 13 minutes. And Joe Firstinger doing his thing, 7 points, 5 boards, 3 offensive, 2 blocks, 1 assist, 3 of 6 field, 1 of 1 from the stripe. Joe Firstinger and Damian Jefferson, your Subway subs of the game. Subway restaurants keep you going on and off the court. Stop in today. Subway, eat fresh. And it wasn't just those guys. Jordan Hunter, you've talked about him. 5 big points, 2 huge jump shots. One of them was a 3-ball, his first, which was big. And Sam Logwood contributed as well. 4 points, grabbed a rebound. He's sort of finding his role now as a guy coming off the bench behind Dane Kuiper, who will play both the 3 and the 4. Right. And because they'll need him at those spots, with the Lobos being thin up front right now, with X gone for the year and Connor working through the concussion protocol.
Yeah, and then, you look at it. Sam Logwood played, his back to the basket in high school, so it shouldn't be a very difficult adjustment for him to play that 4 position. And it's a luxury that Coach Neal has, that he can slide down there now that McDougal's been out with a concussion. So, he's making an adjustment, and guys are adjusting and picking up the slack where players are getting hurt and sitting on the sideline. And I just really like the play of the bench today. Just really. You look at Firstinger and like you said, of course, Damian Jefferson, the freshman, coming in, playing aggressive offensively, attacking the basket.
Jordan Hunter with big bench minutes as well, and Sam Logwood as well off the New Mexico bench. Even the short 5-minute stint that Ahiro Guak was out there, he impacted the game as well with an assist, 2 rebounds, one of them offensive. Leading scorer Elijah Brown, 25 points today. He had 9 rebounds, 7 assists. All those led his team. 15 points for Tim Williams, had 9 boards, tied for the game high for the Lobos in rebounds. He had an assist, a block, and a steal. 10 points apiece for Dane Kuiper and Damian Jefferson. Kuiper still hasn't missed a free throw in conference play. He's 8 for 8, and he made all 4 of his field goal attempts today. Kuiper, all of them were 2s, and even 10 points with 2 boards, 2 assists, and a block. He was fantastic. 8 points for Abachav Jet, 4 of 4 from the field, 3 rebounds, 1 offensive, 2 assists. The 10 points off the bench for Damian Jefferson, 7 points for Joe Firstinger, 5 points for Jordan Hunter, and Sam Logwood, 4 off the bench. Leading Colorado State, Gian Clavel with 22, 19 for Prentice Nixon, 14 for Emmanuel Amagbo, but all 8 of his rebounds defensive. No second chance opportunities off of his work on the offensive glass. 5 points for Page, 4 apiece for Bonner and Colliker, and 3 for Carvacho. Carvacho did have 6 offensive rebounds, but the second chance points, Colorado State, they had 7 in the first half, Hunter, only 4 second chance points in the second half, and only 2 made threes in the second half. Those were 2 huge keys that Coach Neal talked about pregame. The Lobos did them both to a T.
Defense and rebounding. That's it. Those are the keys of the game. I think I said that, right?
Yeah. All right, so Boise State's coming up. The Lobos will play Boise State on Tuesday at Taco Bell in Boise, Taco Bell Arena, and that is a late one. You're going to have to get an extra cup of coffee, hang with us. 9 o'clock tip, Mountain Time from Boise, coming up on Tuesday, the 17th of January. Airtime is 8:30 p.m. with the Bank of the West pregame show. Looking forward to that, Hunter.
Yep. Heading to Boise on Monday.
All right. Thanks a lot, partner. Nice work tonight.
Thanks, Rob.
For Hunter Green, I'm Robert Portnoy. Our broadcast producer and engineer today has been Robbie Conley in the studios of Learfield. Coming up next, the Overtime Call-In Show. Scott Stigler is ready for you to take your phone calls at the flagship station 770 KKOB, the 50,000-watt blowtorch that leads Lobo Athletics on the airwaves. We say so long for now, and so long to Moby for 2017. The 2016-2017 season. Your final score for the final time tonight. New Mexico ends the 3-game slide, gets a big effort against the Rams at CSU. New Mexico 84, Colorado State 71. So long, everybody. You've been listening to Lobo Basketball from Learfield.